Hi, I'm Dilman Dila. I'm a writer and I'm a filmmaker. I'm a transmedia artist. I work mostly in science fiction and fantasy genres. In this video, I want to talk to you about climate change and a game called Kampala Yénkya. This is a collaborative storytelling game exploring climate futures in a Ugandan context. It is a game of map making and world building, and it invites players to use their imagination to imagine the future of Kampala while learning about climate change along the way. Of course, it can also be the future of any other city or of your home or of your school. If you work in schools and want a fun activity that will get youth to think and talk about climate change, or perhaps you want your workmates or your friends or social club of some sort to discuss this crisis, then this game might be what you need.
In the Kampala Yénkya, we're having few doctors, so that was be hoping.
It's like a small drone. For it has a couple like this, but behind it there's a place where you place the seeds. So as it's plowing here the land, also the seeds are falling.
This video will show you how to play Kampala Yénkya in your school or your company or your village. Kampala Yénkya is a game of storytelling and drawing, so you'll need lots of pen and paper. So how do we play the game? Kampala Yénkya is a game of map making and world building. It is a game about collaborating to create the future. When it is your turn, you are in control of events.
You are out on a lake on a solar powered boat. When you find something very interesting, what is it?
The fundamental rule of the game is in cards. They look like this and they have prompts. When you pick a card, you respond to the prompt in it.
Describe how what can redeem this one: kindness, care, love, generosity, forgiveness, creativity, compassion, and other things.
Then you add your response to the map and to the story. If you want to make something happen to another player's character, they must agree to it. That's basically how you play the game. Beyond these rules, you can do anything. What you need to play. The game requires 3 to 6 players who want to imagine the future together. One of these will be the facilitator. The facilitator's job is to make sure the rules are followed. If you are playing in a school, the facilitator might be a teacher. Next, you need Kampala Yénkya cards. They are 52. If you don't have these cards, that's no problem. You can also play with a standard deck of cards. And then you need about 15 to 20 small objects. You can use anything from pebbles, matchsticks, pin seeds. We call these story stones. Of course, you need pencils for drawing the map and making notes. You need a large piece of paper, preferably A2 white manila. And this is for drawing the map of the future. And on this map is where the story will happen. And finally, you need time. A game will last about 60 minutes to play, but you can get sucked into it and play for even longer. Giving it 2 hours or even more is best. Now we'll show you how to play. So you divide the card deck into 4 suits. Shuffle each separately. You place all 4 playing card piles face down near the map making paper. Make a note of which is which: hearts, diamonds, flowers, spades. Place all the story stones in a heap. Every player starts with 0 stones. The story stones carry 0 value themselves, but by spending them, you can earn valuable cards. We will teach you the rules in this video, but you can also make up your own rules. If you want to play differently, you could decide if the game should have a winner or if you just want to play. Optionally, if you have a second deck of cards for inspiration, shuffle it and place it to one side. You can draw one of these whenever you want to get extra ideas for your storytelling. The game is divided into 3 parts. Once you are done with the getting started part, you go to the first part, the prologue. In the prologue, The facilitator reads aloud the theme of the game. They might say something like this. This game is about a question. What could the future of Kampala look like in 2060? The facilitator then invites the players to imagine the future together. Act 1. Plant the seeds. The game starts with drawing a map, an outline of your future Kampala, showing boundaries and major geographical features. Don't worry about drawing skills, just have fun. It's always fun to start with a card that lets you pick your character, and then you can put on the map where your character lives, where they go to work and such stuff. In Act 1, when it's your turn, look up the card in the hearts table and read out what it says. Imagine a response and add it to the map.
Suggestions: a futuristic rolling stand, a public kitchen hub, which commanded room.
If you cannot think of how to respond, ask the others for ideas or draw an inspiration card. When all the cards are gone, we progress to Act 2. So in Act 2, the seeds start to sprout. Now that Act 1 is finished, we know a bit more about Kampala in 2060. Every player has also now invented a character who lives in the Kampala of tomorrow, and now it's time to have some sad adventures. For the rest of the game, there are 3 kinds of playing cards. On your turn, you can draw from the flowers pile or the diamond pile, or if you spend a story stone, you can draw from the spades pile. Look up the card on the table provided in the resource pack for the game. For example, if you choose flowers, you add problems, pressure, and bad luck to the map. If you choose diamonds, you ask another player a question. If they get it right, they get a story stone. If you choose spades, you add tools, resources, and good luck. But if you want to draw from this deck, you must use a story stone.
It's your great judge's 100th birthday. Each player's character comes to have parts. That one tells your stories from a long time ago. What useful thing did you learn? Discuss with other players and add some new detail to the map.
In summary, create problems with flowers, earn story stones with diamonds, spend story stones to draw spades, and solve the problem. Keep the cards you draw, they are worth points at the end. Story stones do not determine the winner. It does not contribute to your point total. So don't hoard them, spend them. To make a story better, make links between your characters' lives. So how does the game end? There are 3 ways to end the game. When all the cards are used up, then it is time for the final scene. Also, some spades cards give the players the option to trigger the final scene. When someone draws such a card, players discuss whether to have the final scene now or continue telling the story. If the game can't move forward, for example, there are no more chances of earning story stones, but there are still some spades cards left unplayed, then it's time for the final scene. In the final scene, we go around the circle one last time. It is like a montage at the end of the movie, where we shall see what all the main characters are up to. Each player describes what their character is doing, and then the game is over. Who is the champion? Ooh. Each card is worth a different number of points, and you add up the points to decide the winner. You can find more information on the website or in the deluxe edition of the game. But like we saw at the beginning, you can also come up with your own ways of deciding a winner. And every time you play it, you can change the rules a little so that the game remains fresh. But this game has more than one kind of glory. Players can discuss which character contributed the most to the community and then vote one player to be the protector of Kampala Yénkya. Or you can come up with other cool titles that players must claim for the beginning. That's a general overview of what this game is about and how to play it. You can find more information on our website, Imagine Alternatives. You can email us and we'll supply you a copy while stock lasts. On the website, you can also find other resources, including my Kampala Yénkya stories and other games and activities about climate change. Thanks for playing, and we hope you enjoy it.